extent there's salmon and trout back in it. Evidence that we've got otters living in the river. Otters will only live in an environment that satisfies their very sophisticated palate. They live in a diet of things like salmon, trout, and suckling pig. The suckling pig, that's not really true. I made that up. Make the otter sound more interesting. Just over to the left of that blue boat sitting there, that's where the River Lagan and the River Farset meet. The building in front of me here is the Odyssey. That's the home to the Belfast Giants ice hockey team. We attempted to create something here that would transcend sectarianism. So naturally the first thing we thought of was an ice hockey team. So this Belfast Giants have proved to be very, very successful. Currently they are the British champions. Saying that, of course, the whole team is Canadian. It can be converted into a 10,000 seater concert arena. Any of the big bands doing a European tour, they'll play in there. The building in front of us, sitting up on the hill, the big white building, that's Stormont. That's the government of Northern Ireland, sits off and on. Mostly off. Been off for so long now, it's starting to decompose. I like to call it Sleepy Hollow. In here to the left, the Titanic Quarter. This was the biggest shipyard in the world. Down here they employed up to 35,000 workers, built over 2,000 ships. There's another shipyard down here which at the time was the second biggest shipyard in the world, and that was Workman and Clark, who pioneered the refrigerated ships. So they built over 2,000 ships down here. Titanic had two sister ships, the Olympic and Britannic. She also had a little sister. Her little sister was called the SS Nomadic, which was built in Belfast at the same time as the Olympic class liners. She left Belfast on the same day as the RMS Olympic and went to Cherbourg in France to act as a tender ship for the White Star Line. She finished her days as a floating nightclub on the River Seine until failure to pay her mooring fees. She was rather unceremoniously towed down the Seine and dumped at Lahore to wait for scrap men. So the government stepped in the border and they brought her back to Belfast to restore her, and that's her there. That's the ship of the unsinkable Molly Brown. Mr. and Mrs. Strauss, Macy's store, and J.J. Astor travelled the Titanic on. You walk on the decks in it. You walk on exactly the same decks. They went on to Titanic. Built in the same steel, the same wood, and the same rivets. They built the Titanic. That building there on the left, that's the Titanic exhibition in there. The building itself is representative of the bows of three ships, Titanic, Olympic and Britannic, breaking through the water. That would have been the height of the bow of the ships when they sat in the slipway at the rear of this red brick building here, which was the headquarters of Harland the Wolff. That's now the Titanic Hotel. It was very good fish and chips. Over here's the slipways they built the ships on. The far slipway is number 3, where Titanic was built. The near one there, see the post going up there, it's number 3. That's where its sister ship, the Olympic, was built at the same time. Sorry, number 2, number 3. We haven't built the ships in 2003, so diversify into other industries. One of them being the film industry. And there's where Game of Thrones is filmed, and they're to the left-hand side. Contributed about £250 million to the economy of Northern Ireland. There's nobody unemployed here anymore. They're all just resting lovies, darling, waiting for the next big break. Come along. Filmed here, big productions like Dungeons and Dragons, Northmen. What else filmed here? Derry Girls. The only one that wasn't filmed here was Belfast. Filmed in Manchester. See the vessel there, the grey vessel? That's HMS Neverbudge, or HMS Caroline. She's the last surviving vessel from the Battle of Jutland in 1916, the last great naval battle between the British Grand Fleet and the German Grand Fleet. She's open to the public as well. You can go on board her and you can experience the life of a World War I sailor, drink black tea, eat burnt toast and get flogged. This shipyard was bought by a Norwegian called Fred Olsen of Olsen Energies. So there's over 200 acres of land for redevelopment. In there to the left, that's the Science Park. There's 1,600 people employed in our research and development. White Star House. In the left's the dry dock. This is completed the building of the Titanic, just in a big hole in the ground. So you open the gate at the far end, the water comes tumbling in. And then there's a capstan pulls the ship in. Close the gate at the far end, the pump house, the red brick building over there, pumps the water out with 29 million gallons of water every 90 minutes. And the ship sells them what you call keel blocks, and that's the complete